Yo! And welcome to episode 25 of Let's Make a RenegadeX Map. I'm going to be working on the Nod base again today, because I need to get it done, and yeah. There's a few things I want to fiddle with, the hand and nod, brain fart moment, and I want to get some of this filled in with rock. So what I'm going to do first is just start painting, because everyone likes painting. Yes. So I've been busy again fixing maps. There's been a few bugs on Beta 4 maps. Hopefully we're getting everything done ASAP, and hopefully patches are going to be out soon to fix more stuff. I might even put a bridge across here. That would be pretty cool actually, but no, I'm not. It's going to mess things up even more. So yeah, we're just going to do the usual stuff and then just bring all this up. Just because we can. Just gonna do it like this, just because. I've had a few questions about how, some good pointers. People want pointers on how to make a good map. Well, you gotta. Well, I always start with a focal point. Like in this case, I started. Well, first, no. Let me get this right. Yeah. First up, I decide where I want my bases. So in this case, my bases were over here and over here, and I decided I want a plateau in the middle. So that was my focal point, was the plateau. So once I knew where my bases were and where the plateau was, I could start visualizing the map. And yeah, I knew I wanted a hill, so I put a hill in. I knew I wanted air units, so I made sure I had a nice vista. So I put water in, because why not? And everything kind of flowed off there. But then I decided the base wasn't. I didn't like the base over here, so I moved it, which is perfectly fine. You can. Ideas change. This map is nothing what I envisioned it when I first started. And it's probably not going to look the same once I've finished it. I'll probably change a lot of stuff again. It's just the way I am. And I'm sure a lot of other mappers are going to be the same. Yes, pointers. Figure out where you want your bases, figure out a focal point, a place you want people to go, and something visually pleasing. Like there's a map at the moment, it's got a screen ship in it. It's perfect. That's a perfect focal point for the map. It's like X Mountain. The focal point of that was actually the bridge. I knew I wanted the bridge in it, so I put a bridge in. That was the focal point. It actually made for really interesting gameplay as well. So after you got all that, all the focal points and bases set up, you need to start thinking about paths. Paths are the hardest point. In this case, I already knew where my paths were going to be because I had the plateau. The plateau basically built itself, made the paths for me, but stuff like walls and fields and stuff like that, it's quite a lot of open area, field in particular. But adding adding rocks randomly, like I added this random rock here. It split the entrance up, and just adding random stuff can actually help, but sometimes it can actually do the opposite and hurt the game. Like oops. So what's going on here? Yeah, so you can actually add a bit too much to it, like well, a lot of people actually know my feelings about whiteout. I don't particularly like the whiteout map, not because of how much it actually changed the gameplay, but because of just how much stuff was added and taken away, and it basically changed the map dramatically. Some parts for the good and other parts for the bad. The visual style of that map I really hate because of the SPHs. If you're on GDI, you almost got no chance because you just really can't see them. Well, especially in the beginning in Beta 1 and Beta 2. But yeah, after a while I got used to the map, and it plays really well now, I must admit. Especially with the new tweaks that's happened in Beta 4. It plays a lot better. So, don't forget, you can always change your map. Simple as it's actually quite a good practice to change your map, because not everyone's going to be happy. I know that from personal experience. A lot of people work on the aesthetics first. That is the wrong thing to do. Like with the aesthetics of this, I can change the aesthetics like that. I can make this into a snow map if I wanted. I could make it into a desert. I could make it into a map like X Mountain with an autumn feel. Just with a couple of texture changes. I can do that on the fly because I set it up so I can do that. But yeah, working on aesthetics is the last thing you want to do. Especially when you're new to all this. Because just making texture, making materials in general is quite painstaking. So what I tend to do, or when I first started actually, I just mapped the entire thing out with random Lego pieces. You know, then I refined it and refined it and refined it, and then I started adding really nice textures and stuff. It came out really well, especially X Mountain. If you ever see the first images of X Mountain, they look terrible. But after a few attempts, they started looking really, really good. I actually want to bring this out here. The reason I'm doing this here is because I want another wall across here. I want to try and split this base up as much as I can because it's going to look good. Hopefully it's going to play good. I'm pretty much thinking about moving this as well over to here. Well, or maybe moving this over to here a little bit and moving this over, because I don't want the base to be too spread. I had that problem on X Mountain for GDI. Well, GDI in particular because the SPHs. I've got kids screaming on their Easter holidays outside, and it's not good. So yeah, I don't want to make the bases too big. I don't want to make them too small. I don't want them cramped, especially with the C-130 coming in. I don't think it's going to hit anything. My mouse is all tangled again. So yeah. So I really can't give that too many tips because it's all a learning process, and just basic tips isn't gonna help you all that much. I say that tips will help you, but you need to figure this stuff out for yourself, otherwise you're not gonna learn. That's my experience. I've always learned more by myself than I have people trying to teach me. Trial and error is the best way to learn. So yeah, this is actually coming on quite nicely now. No, I don't want that one. I'll just run these two. Yeah, I want another wall come in. I'm not sure if I want another wall over here. I might just make this into a... yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make this into a ramp. So, helpful tips. Well, this series and my making ofs in the other series is like Canyon and Volcano do have some really good tips in them. I'm not just saying that so you go and watch them, as they were just a build log for me really, and it was just to help the community out, get people involved, because there's no better way to get people involved than getting them to make stuff. I'm not getting them to make stuff, allowing them to have the knowledge to make stuff. I think is the better term there. People have actually taken quite a shine into making maps. I'm very surprised. I didn't think this many people would actually do it. So there was a few in the betas, in the mod, sorry, the UT3 mod, but there weren't that many that actually made it. It's like, I know a few people are going to like start and never finish. That always happens. Be surprised how many people actually do finish their maps. Don't get me wrong, I hope a lot of people do, because it brings more variety to the game and the communities. And there's no better thing than variety. So yeah, this part by here is going to be a like a helipad. I might even move it. I don't know yet. It's quite hard to see what everything's going to turn out like before I made it. So, as I said, things are going to change. Things always change. Change is good. I actually want a hill here. No, that was the wrong one. I want this. Don't want too much of a hill. I just want it so you can't bombard everything from over here. And any other useful hints I can give? Not really, because well, just because the game, there's only so much you can do with maps. Most maps are going to be similar at best. You can give them your own flair. It's like two maps that are very similar. They're in Renegade X at the moment. Would be well, Lakeside and X Mountain. They're very similar ground-wise. Adding aircraft to the mix actually boosts the playability. They said you can add naval if you really wanted. You could add that as your own thing. For your map if you wanted it. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, you're gonna... Oh yeah, I do like that actually. That's really neat. I'm gonna keep that. But yeah, just adding stuff in general, like, well, like what I'm gonna do here. Not having the airstrip tied to like air units. So even if the airstrip goes down, I could still get air units if I wanted. But this is a big but. I don't want. I may want, like, if the airstrip goes down, I may want to disable the air units completely, which might actually be a better plan. I'll have to see about having to get like buildings into Kismet. I will be going over Kismet, but not just yet, because no. I want to put a rock in the center here. Nothing major, just a rock. I might even put a tunnel. Oh, might make a nice cave actually. Get rid of that for now. See how it comes out. Oh, in fact, that's what I'll do. Oops. So. Beep 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 beep. Yeah. So we haven't got that much done. We've basically figured out where we want stuff, which is cool. I just want to paint in some other stuff now. Just paint in some rock. Because we can. Bloody kids screaming. And you may have noticed once or twice that I used this tool here. This tool's actually really handy. If you want to quickly make some random terrain that's random, even more random, You just use that on a massive scale. So you just boost this and just go like that. And it makes some really, really cool effects for your map, for your terrain. Unfortunately, I'm not going to use this because I don't particularly need to. And I'll probably be starting to put in paths for harvesters very soon. There are some things I do want to do. On camera, and I want to do them quite fast because I want to start playing this map with AI soon, seeing what the AI do, because believe it or not, AI will actually surprise you and do things you would never ever think would happen on the map. And the AI is quite smart, believe it or not. They don't seem it. Well, they're not that smart, but when it comes to playing the game, they know quite a lot. They will prioritize a lot of stuff, and believe it or not, the AI actually do play as a team, which is awesome. So you'll get like a little rush, and we'll see where the AI will rush to. And I'll show you how to set up the AI anyway, because AI is a bit of a pig to set up. I did a little tutorial on the nodes, but I'll still go over how to set them up. Right, so I'm going to put dirt in over here. So yeah, I may move this. Might be prudent to move this actually, because there's not that much room over here. You might be wondering why I put this rock here. I've always had a problem with maps having bottlenecks, and attackers basically get in priority, like on field. Yeah, there's only one way in for vehicles. In this case, they could be GDI could be attacking here or here, or here and here. Nod could do a quick rush around here, or they could be attacking here. Nod could rush around and take him from the rear. So yeah, I'm making options for this map. Lots of options. This is a bit flat here, so I will be using this here. You can see what it does, but now we can just go and smooth it all out and make it look pretty. Which is absolutely friggin' amazing. Just saves a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort. I'll probably be using this around the Tiberium as well. And let me just paint in some mud up here. Yeah, mud. I want to bring this down. I want to bring that up. And I'm actually going to call it now because I don't have a lot more time. So, I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra.